It's a very Indian mom thing. Taking care of our children is something that's inbuilt in Indian moms. I remember when I was studying in the US, my mom would constantly call me and ask me how I'm doing. Am I eating well? Am I eating good things or not? Am I taking care of my skin, my hair? ठीक से खाना खा रही हो कि नहीं? And I remember my friends there wondering, why am I talking to my mom so much? But then I would tell them, this is how Indian moms function.
Hello viewers, welcome to a very interesting chat show with Akanksha Sharma. She's running a project called CITTA, which is basically into baby care products. Welcome to the show, Akanksha.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Akanksha. To begin with, tell us how you got interested into the baby care business.
And I was in the US still. There was this case of one baby care company, a very large baby care company. I'll not take their name.
Yeah.
But yeah, their product, especially their baby powder, that was under a lot of fire because I think it was over 40 women who got together and filed a case against that product saying that they got cancer because of it, which is a fact. And it turned out to be true. They lost that case. The company lost that case. And, that kind of alerted me that, we're using a product on a baby. They're so sensitive. Their skin is so sensitive.
Yes.
And there's nothing more gentle or soft than a baby. And we're using a product that's giving them a long-term illness, something as scary as cancer. So that's sort of what, ticked off for me, that why don't we try and create products that are safer, that have been formulated more recently, because a lot of these companies have been using formulations that were created over 100 years ago.
Okay.
And the environment is so different today than it was before. Now there's pollution, there's so many germs, there's other things that have to be combated.
No, you said that they were formulated about 100 years ago, which means were they not using the traditional medicinal practices?
They were, depends on where it was formulated. So like the Indian ones probably used a little more natural ingredients because, we have been using that. But on the outside, I think by then they were already like far progressed. So like if you see certain brands, they're not really natural brands.
We understand, Akanksha, that your mother also helped you start this business.
Yeah.
Tell us something about that.
Since she studied cosmetics, she had contacts till her college friends, and everyone is into that field still. So like some are researchers, some are developers, some are working for other companies. So she still kind of was in that circle, and that's how she got me in touch with a certain lab, which then formulated our products. So we first sat down with them and we brainstormed, like all of us together, what sort of product it is that we want to create. And
when was this?
This was just before the lockdown.
Okay.
That's when we started talking, and we thought that instead of using products that are supposed to be so advanced, and they still end up harming the children, why don't we go back to the roots?
Yeah.
Because there was something to be said for that, right? Like all the natural ingredients that we still use, we still eat them. So if they're good enough for us to eat, then they are good enough for us to apply. And that was sort of our starting point,
so back to grandmother.
Yes, so that's what we say, we're a grandma approved brand. So we say dadi and nani ke jo bhi nuskhe hai, that we sort of studied across the country, because they're different everywhere. Like you use in Punjab versus what you use in Maharashtra, versus what you use in Kerala, they'll be very different. Yeah, that's why we first did a little extensive research into what is used across the country and what has what sort of benefits, and then we thought of combining it together under a formula.
The oil is also different. With Punjab, they use mustard and
yes, they do.
Go further down south, it's the coconut oil and things like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So that developed ours was a amalgamation of everything across the country.
Skin, of course, is the most important part of the body that gives it all the looks, because the beauty is only skin deep, as they say. And more particularly in the urban areas, you have this all kinds of pollution, whether it is dust, air, And I remember in our childhood, we used to play in the soil.
Yeah.
आज की तारीख में बच्चों को मिट्टी में खेलने के लिए हम लोग मना करते हैं, मिट्टी में मत, कीड़ा हो जाएगा, बीमारी होती है वगैरह. And there is so much of fungus, etc., already in the air.
Yeah.
So given this scenario, do you think the products like CITTAs and the traditional grandmother's nuske jo hai, they act as a kavach, a cover for the BK?
They do, definitely. And also, that's one part of it. The other part is maintaining that. So, like, if you're going to play in the mud, the child will play in the mud or something, then giving them a shower regularly, that will help. But the problem is that sometimes when you use certain products to give them a shower that are high in chemicals, that can do more harm than good.
The water itself, chlorinated water.
Sorry?
The chlorinated water itself is harmful.
No. Not. I hope the water is not the case, but but the products, sometimes like parabens are found in it or sulphates are found in it that have long-term issues. So like sulphates are known to cause lung problems in the future, if it's overused. So ensuring that you're using a product that doesn't have these ingredients is very important if you're going to be using it more. So like in the summer when it gets really hot, you'll probably maybe have to give a shower to a 5-year-old boy more than once.
Where did you study all this?
This we studied as we went along.
Okay, great. So there's something about CITTA. Why the name CITTA? CITTA?
Oh, actually, that name my mother kept. So CITTA it's derived from a Sanskrit word called chit. And chit means means your consciousness. Yeah. So that was our whole ideology that we should be conscious about what we're putting on ourselves or on the baby. And that's how we came up with the name CITTA.
CITTA is inspired from a Sanskrit word chit, meaning consciousness. We are conscious of what we make and how we make. We want every child to feel the endless love of a mother and a grandmother. And that's why we've designed a product which is safe, natural, and tested, and a convenient option for parents.
The products are basically from what age to what age bracket?
So it can be used on a newborn up till we've written 5 years on the label, but really it can be used for children above 5 years also.
Okay. And tell us something about your products, CITTA range.
So we have 5 products at the moment, which is our whole range. But the thing is that every product that we've created, we've tried to keep it a little innovative and different from what is already in the market. Because, we wanted it to be a more convenient option for the parent than just going into the kitchen and having to mix ingredients and create an oil, for example. So instead of that, we've created an oil which has 12 oils in one, along with vitamin E. And all of these are natural oils that have had benefits from the past years that we've been
using. These are basically for massaging these oils?
Yeah, it's the baby massage oils. So we have a foaming wash and a foaming shampoo. I don't think there's an Indian company yet who's creating a foaming wash or a shampoo for baby. But what happens is when you're giving a bath to the baby, it's very difficult to manage the child and the like usually you take gel form of wash, right? That needs to be then diluted with water. So you only have 2 hands, one to hold the baby and one you have to manage doing that. So we wanted to make it more convenient for the parent. The sabun also that will fall and you slip and all these things happen. So we thought we'll foam it instead. So all you have to do is make the child's skin or hair wet and apply it directly. Just massage it and rinse it off. So it's very simple. And both of them actually also have natural oils. So the shampoo, for example, that has almond oil, coconut oil, olive oil, because while you're applying a shampoo to cleanse, we use oats in ours to do the natural cleansing. But what happens is that sometimes when the chemicals are a lot, it can cause a lot of dryness and roughness in the child's hair. And that means that it's not nourishing the hair enough. That's why we also added natural oils so that it keeps the child's the child's hair moisturized and nourished even when you're giving a bath.
Actually, most of kids today they're hospital born. वो आया आके घर पे करती थी. That's all gone now in urban, particularly in urban areas, even in semi-urban areas also, tier 2, tier 3. Most kids are today hospital born. The moment they are born in hospital, the doctor prescribes certain things. So my question is, are you using the doctor's route to promote the product?
Yes, we are. We actually work with a couple of hospitals in Pune who are prescribing our kit immediately. Like they're actually gifting the kit to the newborns,
Okay.
So as soon as they're born, the parents are using that. And we've also started working excessively with doctors in Pune, particularly since we're based in Pune. But we've been receiving very good feedback.
So at CITTA, we ensure that you get the best quality product for your baby's skin because you cannot compromise and neither can we. Every ingredient is naturally sourced and handpicked. There's a lot of research that goes behind creating every product at CITTA. They undergo multiple quality checks to ensure maximum safety. All CITTA products are dermatologist tested and approved. CITTA products are all safe, natural, and made with the best quality ingredients from across India. Not
actually we've been in the offline market for less than 8 months now.
Oh.
Yeah, but
how's been the response? Number one, from the doctors. Number two, from the parents, from mothers.
So from the doctors, it's been very good. They do their own due research before they prescribe anything to the parent, rightly so, right? Because it's their responsibility. So with the doctor, the way it works is that you give them samples of your product and then they use it for some time and understand if it's working out well. They read up on the ingredients and everything. And then they decide if they want to prescribe that to their patients or not. So with a lot of doctors, we first did this. We just gave our samples to them, explained the product. And after that, like I think 2 or 3 weeks after that, when we went back to them, a lot of them, they had really good feedback for us, especially parents also. Actually, we just had our first pop-up store in the mall. I think it was 3 weeks ago. So that was the first time we set up like a pop-up store. So it was very nice to interact face to face with the parents. So like suppose we gave them the product to try in the afternoon at like 4 o'clock, then they were roaming around the mall, and then at night they came back to us to buy the product because so like parents also obviously are careful about what they apply. So I thought that parents would be extremely hesitant to try a new product, and many of them are, but many of them are also open to trying something new if it's solving a particular issue for their child.
So when it comes to my baby, I want the best for him. No compromise whatsoever. This feels so good, so natural that sometimes even I use it. It's not only him because I enjoy it. So this is a product not only for my baby, but I use it as well.
There's a powder, like I said, so the baby powder, because the issues that were happening with the company that we spoke of in the start, that was happening because of a particular ingredient called talc, which is, so you mine talc, and when you mine it, right near that, there's also an ingredient called asbestos. And the thing is, it's very difficult to separate talc and asbestos. Okay. So that's how we developed our powder without any talc. So instead, we use corn flour and oat. Our hero product is actually a balm, which is the only balm in India for babies right now. It's the first of its kind. So it's not a cream, it's not a lotion.
I like that expression, hero product.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
calling it flagship. Most people say flagship hero. My baby is my hero. Good.
Yeah, that's already so, because that's already become our bestseller, and we kind of knew that going in only that this is going to be either the market's going to love it or they're going to hate it. Fortunately, it's the former. So it's basically the texture that is very different from any other cream or lotion. Yeah, we use a lot of balms at home, so the texture is very similar to that, and the only difference is that it's moisturizing for the full body. So other than a cream or a lotion, which will keep the skin, the moisture locked in the skin for a shorter period of time, our balm can do like double or triple the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is also really good for sensitive skin because again, it's made with 7 natural oils plus shea butter plus vitamin E.
So the effect doesn't go off with the clothes or maybe rolls on the bed and or place on the floor. It
No,
doesn't-
because the skin starts to absorb it after a little bit of time, and then the moisture barrier is created. So your child's skin doesn't lose moisture, and
So fit for from newborn to up to 5-6 years.
yeah, but like my grandma also uses the balm because
Oh.
yeah, she has very dry skin, so she's always had dry skin. So she used to use like the petroleum jelly based product.
Yes,
So then
yes.
that's when I gave her this instead, because I was like, she didn't
Particularly in
use-
the feet and
yeah,
palms.
yeah, everywhere she uses it on her skin, like her face also.
Okay.
So yeah, so the balm actually it's very moisturizing. So that's why doctors are also giving us very good feedback.
What are the future plans?
The future plans, we want to be in the baby care segment for some time, and then we want to also reach the women's care and men's care segment.
What is the message for the parents to keep their children happy?
To keep their children happy. I think you should be happy first. Your child will be happy on its own. And secondly, I think we take a lot of stress about things that are absolutely not necessary. And I think just spend time with your child. You will be happy, they'll be happy. It's like a stress buster.
No, there is this famous saying for everything, we keep saying, take life as it comes, as it
Yeah.
happens. But taking life as it happens also is stressful because stress comes. Lockdown has come, the pandemic has come, we have taken a lot of stress.
Right.
Stress also comes. You take stress on your stride and try to overcome it. Probably.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think for few moments we should just like shut down and that's why just do something that makes you happy. Like spend time with your baby or your dog, or you go for a walk. Just for a few moments, it makes you feel wonderful after that.
And same thing applies to mothers also.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mothers, oh my God, get some sleep. That's very important for them. They don't get enough sleep.
That's what, the Indian housewife is a typical example of multitasking. She is the first one to get up in the morning and last one to go to sleep in the night. She's the last to eat. She doesn't get enough rest. These have been there traditionally with us, and I'm good that children like you are telling mothers, what is it called is rest.
I hope they listen.
Great. So nice talking to you, Akanksha. On this note, thank you very much for this lovely chat. And as you progress, we'll keep getting in touch with you and keep chatting about the products and ultimately health is wealth, and the World Health Day message is the theme is our health, our planet. So unless you are healthy, the planet won't be healthy. That's a good line to leave these thoughts with our viewers. So thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stay safe and namaskar.